So I have a plate here that I did, well, turn the light on so you can see better. A plate here that I made quite a few years ago when I did the series of kimonos, which were great fun. And I had somebody the other day ask me about doing, they'd seen them and wanted to see them done in an indigo colour. So I've mixed up an indigo ink and I'm just going to ink it up. I've never done it in this colour and done them like this before, so it'll be interesting to see how it turns out. So I'm using a brush. The ink is reasonably fluid so that it will get into all the areas easily. I don't want it too sticky because then it won't get into all the cracks, and I really want to work it into those cracks. So I'm using a brush to really work it in. This is the darkest I've ever printed this one up, so it's going to be interesting to see what happens. I'll go across the grain of the pattern here so that I make sure that the ink gets into all of those areas. I think I need a new brush. This one's getting pretty tatty. Tends to wear the bristles away a little bit when I'm rubbing so hard on, particularly on carborundum. It's very rough and the brushes don't like it at all. Get plenty on. I love this plate actually, it's a pretty one. I've printed it a lot of times in different colours. And I just like it. It was such fun making these. I felt like a dress designer. I kept thinking, oh, I'd love one like that if I was having one. Put that over there. I'm getting quite a lot of ink on, so I'll be taking quite a lot off as well, but I want to get it in around. This was some ink that I had already mixed up. It's got a little bit of extender in it, so it's not going to be as strong as what it would be if it was just the pure ink and no extender. The extender tends to make the ink a little bit more transparent and not as dense, and it's particularly good if you're going to use other colours over the top, because then the ink doesn't, you know, when you put a little bit of black and some white, you've got to be so careful because otherwise it just overwhelms the white and you get a strong grey even though you think you've only put a little bit of black in. It's a bit the same if you've got a lot of really strong ink underneath and then you're going to put another colour over the top. If the ink's really, really strong, then often it's going to dilute down and taint the colour that goes on top. So that's looking quite good. It should be in all the areas. Some people don't mind having white areas left around the shapes, but it's not right, and you really need to have it done properly. So I'm just going to turn the camera off while I clean my hands, and then I'm going to wipe it.